this is kind of a more sad note. Um, childhood is leaving, right? In terms of wrestling. And it's just like, whoa, let's calm down here. So I think this weekend in wrestling particularly, the feels, man, the emotions were left and right. I'm telling you. So let's start off. We do AJ Styles and John Cena at Crown Jewel, which was spectacular. And I would be lying if I said that I don't even want to word it like that. I didn't have super crazy expectations because I know they're older, but I also didn't think it'd be horrible. But when I tell you they blew any expectation I had out of the water, out of the park, out of the field, they did just that. They delivered on so many levels, and it's just the storytelling aspect of their match, Like, you have the little things with, like, John giving AJ his own introduction, which I thought was great because AJ is a GOAT, respectfully, and, them paying homage to, people that they went up against in the past, and just put on a banger match, period. And, just little things throughout the match, it made me really teary-eyed. Also, Bray Wyatt, that got me right in the heart. It was the way they did it. It's just like, he does Sister Abigail, they cut the camera, the fireflies are out, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then, the match ends, and we have AJ and John, and they're just, like, paying respect to each other, holding each other's hands up, and it really hit me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And don't get me wrong, I know John Cena's retirement tour has been, advertised for so long now, and I'm aware he's actually leaving. He has 4 dates left. But I think that's when it really was like, boom, seeing him and AJ together. Because I was like, oh my gosh, John is really leaving. And AJ is also leaving. And then it hit me because I love AJ so much. So much. Like, that is my guy. So it's just sucky. And it's like me growing up, I've seen Nation president. Like, I love John Cena. And I always go to war for him, but that's because I've loved him for a long time, and it's like now that I'm an adult and the retirement tour is happening, I think I've had a lot of moments where it didn't really hit me, and I think seeing him and AJ, it hit me, and I was like, whoa. And then, the tickets went on sale for him as well, and I was like, for his last match, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Heart screams, man. Heart screams. But with that being said, the last time is now. Really quick. Your time is up. My time is now. Your time is now. It's the franchise, but I'm shining now. Oh, John. That's gonna hurt when he actually, like, leaves those 4 days left. I'm gonna be a mess. A mess. Same with AJ, Another one. AJ Styles has said he's retiring next year sometime. So it's just like one after the other, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But we fast forward to Bound for Glory, and we're taking it to TNA. I had 2 days back to back, just emotionally. And, in terms of the childhood situation. So TNA Bound for Glory, we had the Hardys versus the Dudleys for the final time. And, that match, I didn't expect, like, a lot in that match particularly because, the Hardys do still wrestle full-time, but the Dudleys don't. So when you have situations like that, I don't go in with super high expectations, honestly, because I feel like it doesn't make sense for me to, because I know you're not in the ring every week. You're not this, that, and the third. Sometimes you do get people that do catch you off guard, but I didn't have really high expectations. I felt this match would be more so like a nostalgia situation. And I thought we would see some crazy spots, which we did. We did for sure. Jeff Hardy went on the ladder, did Swanton Bomb to Devon when he was on the table. And, it was pretty, like, very, oh my gosh, my childhood, Then we hit the emotions. Then we get the tears, the waterworks. Because, the Hardys end up winning. And then the Dudleys stop the Hardys before they leave. And they give them their boots. They unlace their boots. They give them to the Hardys. And me, just staring, ready to just cry. Like, it was just like, I think, watching John and AJ, then that very next day, I saw more of the childhood, just leave. My childhood just chip away again. You know, and then also the Dudley Boyz, they end up crying, kind of breaking down, and then the Hardys and them hug. And that's a big thing too, because, you know, back in the day, they would have a lot of matches, you know, especially like it would have been dope if Edge and Christian could have in some capacity. It could have been like a triple threat or something. And that's the one thing I hate when like people have other companies and things like that, because it's like it takes away from us getting some matches that I would love to see. Like, just me being selfish, of course. Like, to backtrack, one match I would love if Edge could be John Cena's last opponent. I think that would be just top tier booking, because, you know, they have so much history, they put on great matches, but it's also nostalgia in a sense, because right now AEW, even though Edge left, but a little bit before he did leave to take a break, you know, we're getting Edge and Christian as a tag team. So it's just like, it's like right now I feel like we're in an era of just like, whoa, you know, AJ Lee is back. We're just in this era of like so many people are coming back and you have people leaving at the same time, and it's just like I'm reliving my childhood. Another one I saw, Samoa Joe said he's likely to retire from pro wrestling after his AEW contract is up. And that hurt too, because I really love Samoa Joe. And that's why I'm like, it's sucky because I'm enjoying all this nostalgia I'm getting right now. But in the same breath, we're also getting people taken away. So it's refreshing, but it's also just like, no, because I know when I keep watching, you're going to leave. Okay, this person's going to leave. This person's back, but this person's going to leave. And it's just hard sometimes, especially with Cena, because I have loved John Cena for a long time. I don't even want to go into all that, but for a long time. When I tell you, like, that's my favorite wrestler, that's my favorite wrestler. Like, I was a very delusional John Cena fan when I was younger. Like, John Cena could be losing something. I had no problem cutting TV off. Like, I don't want to play the game anymore if he's playing and I'm losing. I would easily turn on people, no hesitation, if they're battling John Cena. When I tell you I could not stand Randy Orton back in the day. Randy Orton, JBL, Edge, could not stand Edge. And it's funny, now that I'm older, I have more respect for them, right? And I appreciate them in a whole different capacity. But I was just very like, you don't like John, I don't like you. I did not care. Even if I did like you and you're going up against John Cena, it's over. Whatever relationship that I had with you in my mind of me liking you as a wrestler, it's over. When the storyline ends, depending on how bad, you know, things were with the person and John, maybe I'll come back on your side. Who knows? But nonetheless, that's my goat. And that is the one, you know, everyone's gonna hit, you know, differently. AJ's gonna hit too for me, because I used to love AJ. I had a phase when I would watch TNA, like strictly TNA. I wasn't really watching WWE at the time. And AJ Styles is my guy. So that one's gonna a whole different hit, and it sucks because it's like back to back. You know, John's leaving and then AJ's leaving, and I'm just like, my heart. It's like I'm preparing myself for just like for all these things to happen, and it's like you can't really prepare for it, you know, until that day comes. And John, it's almost here, and I keep trying to tell myself like, whoa, he's really leaving. And it's just hard, you know, because you watch these people, you grew up with them, you scream, you yelled for them for years. And of course, you want them to be happy and make, you know, the best decisions for themselves and their families, because, you know, travel on the road, that's a lot for all those years too. But it's also just like, oh my gosh, you know, it makes you realize, well, me, like, well, I'm really old right now. This is really crazy. And it just hits you. Like, I didn't anticipate to cry, honestly, watching AJ and John. It just kind of happened. And I think that's the beauty of pro wrestling, is it's able to draw that emotion out of you. Emotion you don't even think that's going to come out. But it's just like you reliving these great moments that you know, have seen throughout the years. And then, you know, you're older now. You appreciate people in a different way than you might not have when you were younger. It's just dope. But it has been nice being able to see everybody again, at least one last time, you know, people that are leaving. I'm gonna miss y'all a lot. So this is for everybody. I know it's for John Cena, but everybody, the last time is now. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Sorry I was sad and emotional, kind of. It's just like, wow, the nostalgia is heavy right now. But again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.